What's up YouTube? It's Nora and I'm back today to share with you guys what it is like living with ADHD on a daily basis. So for those who don't know, because I haven't mentioned it before, I have ADHD. I was diagnosed in 7th grade, but I had trouble with it way before then. And I figured this would be a great video to kind of follow up after I posted my anxiety experience. So for those who don't know, which pretty much everyone should know, but ADHD is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and everyone has like different kind of issues that they have. Most people fidget, they can't pay attention, they just have a lot of energy, and that's where the fidgeting comes from. Like, we can't just sit in class, we have to like move around, and some kids it actually causes them to have troubles with their learning. So there's a misconception that people with ADHD almost develop it, but in fact everyone who has ADHD was kind of born with it. There's research that now says that up to 5 parts of the brain compared to a normal human and someone with ADHD people, those 5 parts are actually smaller than the parts of the normal people's brains without ADHD. That does not in any way, shape, or form mean that we are dumber. My troubles with ADHD started back when I was in elementary school. I liked to fidget. Even though I was quiet, I sucked my thumb, I didn't talk to anybody, I constantly was like moving in my seat, I needed to be doing something with my hands. I think because I sucked my thumb, that was kind of my fidget, is I just moved my hand back and forth in my mouth. And after I stopped sucking my thumb, I think was when the ADHD kind of started to be seen in me, because I would start taking like the kneecap testing. I don't know if you guys have that, or it's kind of like the statewide testing to see where you are in school. We used to be put all in a classroom, and then we'd be given the test, and then we'd all be around each other. And me being me would see that someone was ahead of me, and I would like be impulsive. That's my probably biggest issue with ADHD, is my impulsivity. I would get super ahead because I'd be like, oh, that person's ahead of me, I need to be first. So I would impulsively not even like think about the questions, and I'd just go through them and finish my test so I could be like, oh, I finished first. That was not just something that I was doing to be first. That was just like the way my brain was thinking when I was taking the test. So I was actually, I think, sitting in 5th grade, possibly 4th grade, was separated from the other kids, and I had to test with a teacher who had to literally watch me, and as if I was like going too quickly, she kind of had to pace me. She would sit there and make me read the questions out loud to myself, so that I wouldn't just be like reading them and not thinking about it, like I was actually talking it through with myself. So after being separated from everyone and taking tests kind of alone all throughout like 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, I believe, I got to 7th grade. In 7th grade, I started to have trouble with it because I would go really quick. Again, with my tests and things, or my quizzes, I would go through them really quickly, and I would miss things because my brain was just going and going and going, and I'm just trying to get through the test and get done with it. So that was when my mom decided that I probably actually needed to be officially diagnosed, even though I technically was by the school system. I needed to be diagnosed by either a psychologist, psychiatrist, or my primary provider, so that I could be given medication or something. So when I was in 7th grade, I went to my primary care doctor, and then we were sent to a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist officially diagnosed me, and I was put on Ritalin, and I tried a few other ones, but I was put on the fast acting because I was in school and I really didn't need it for certain hours because we didn't do much in the morning. I would only really have classes in the afternoon where I really did need to be focusing. We kind of have like all of our electives in the morning, so I would take it at lunchtime, and then it would last for like the 2 or 3 hours that I was at school, and then once I was out of school it would wear off and I just didn't need it. So it turns out, because of the medication and all its like side effects, I was having issues with my colitis, and it was deemed that the medication wasn't making a huge difference in my life. I just needed to remember to pace myself. So by 8th grade, I completely was taken off of it, and I just had to learn to sit still and kind of work through my test and be sorted by myself. So besides the impulsivity and like blurting things out, because like I don't think about it in my head, I just, you know how they're always like, oh, think before you speak? Yeah, I don't kind of do that. I just kind of, things come out of my mouth the way they do, and then that's what I've said. And that sometimes can cause issues, believe me, it has. But throughout high school, because my teachers were such in a way that they taught classes all in different ways. They did like a listening, and then a hands-on, and then just our own work we did, like personally, we had like different types of learning all combined into one class. I didn't have much problem with it because I was able to get up, I was able to fidget, I was able to, okay, I could only listen and do like the half an hour lesson of listening, and then I could do my own work and work through it myself and go at my own pace. So it was really great because I wasn't sitting at a desk listening to a teacher all day and like wanting to just like shoot myself because I'm just so like bored out of my mind and I just need to fidget and do things. So because I had so many types of learning in high school, I was not put on medication throughout then. It was not really deemed an issue in high school, but it was when I got to my freshman year of college this past year. So when I got to college, if you don't know what college is, if you haven't watched my video, it's literally just lectures, like 2-3 hour lectures, one after another. So how would happen was I would have class at 8, and by my 12 o'clock lecture, I was completely burnt out. I didn't want to listen to anybody anymore. I just wanted to sit and fidget, and that was a real issue. Plus, it was when I was studying, I was constantly needing to do things and like take breaks, and it was like every 10 minutes I had to find something else to do to kind of fidget and like keep myself busy. So I didn't want it to be an issue, but like by the end, by finals, I was like, I need something to help me. And I know it's going to be like the typical college student getting ADHD meds to like sell or something, but like I actually was struggling with it. So I went back to my primary care doctor, not back to the psychiatrist, because she just like stopped being my doctor after a long time, and he agreed with me and he gave me long-acting ADHD meds. He put me on Concerta, and that really helped me. I was on a low dose just because it was the end of the year and it wasn't like I was needing it every single day, and I wasn't going to use it during the summer. I'm not using it during the summer, but just for the time being at the end of the school year. So pretty much as an adult living with ADHD, my mind's always going. That's one thing, like sometimes I have trouble sleeping because I'm constantly thinking about things, and my mind's just, there's like 10 different ideas spewing all at once out of my head. And I'm still a little impulsive. I still have to like say to myself, like, calm down, think before you speak. I'm also kind of impatient because of that, because I just want to get things done and get things out of the way, which makes me very efficient and helps me get things done, like if I needed to do an assignment or something. But when I do go do those things, I also need little distractors on the side for me. Overall, living with ADHD isn't that bad, honestly. If like during the school year, if I'm having the trouble, I can just control it with meds. I can get help from the doctors. And that's pretty much it. I thought I'd share my story with you guys. If any of you guys were wondering what it's like as an adult instead of being a kid, because kids are kind of like stereotypical ADHD if you look at them. They all kind of seem to be the same, but as you get older and as an adult, your own ADHD kind of little issues and problems arise. So I figured I'd share a few with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed. See you guys next time.